At 60, gospel legend CeCe Winans just shocked the gospel world by calling out none other than Kirk Franklin. Yes, you heard that right. CeCe, the queen of gospel, is finally speaking her mind, and what she revealed is sending ripples through the entire music industry. Fans are talking, social media is on fire, and this is one revelation you absolutely cannot miss. What did CeCe say? Why now? And how is Kirk Franklin responding? Stick around because you won't believe what happened next. CeCe Winans has always been one of gospel music's most respected voices. Her songs have inspired millions, her faith has guided generations, and her influence is undeniable. But now, at 60, she's done something no one expected. She's openly called out Kirk Franklin, one of gospel's biggest names. This isn't just a passing comment or a subtle hint. This is a bold statement that has fans, critics, and even fellow artists talking. In this video, we're diving deep into what exactly CeCe said, the context behind her comments, and why the timing of this revelation matters so much. You'll get insider details, reactions from fans, and an analysis of the history between CeCe Winans and Kirk Franklin. Whether you're a die-hard gospel fan or someone just intrigued by celebrity interactions, this story is full of surprises. You won't believe the tension, the emotions, and the drama behind this revelation. From decades of friendship and collaboration to subtle disagreements that few noticed, this is where it gets interesting. And the part that most people aren't talking about: how this could change the dynamics of gospel music forever. By the end of this video, you'll understand why CeCe decided to speak now, what it means for Kirk Franklin, and why this moment has everyone on edge. So, buckle up, because this isn't just a story about music. It's about legacy, influence, and a confrontation that no one saw coming. To truly understand the impact of CeCe Winans calling out Kirk Franklin, we need to rewind decades and look at the history between these two gospel giants. Both CeCe and Kirk have dominated gospel music for years, creating chart-topping albums, inspiring millions of fans, and redefining what contemporary gospel sounds like. Their paths have crossed countless times on stage, in award shows, and in collaborative projects, forming what many fans assumed was a solid, mutual respect and friendship. CeCe Winans, known for her soulful and heartfelt performances, has always maintained a reputation for humility and grace. Kirk Franklin, on the other hand, is famous for his bold style, innovative productions, and larger-than-life presence. While both artists have shared the gospel mission, their approaches and personalities are very different, which sometimes led to underlying tensions that the public never fully saw. Over the years, they performed together at major events, from gospel festivals to televised award shows. Many fans celebrated their collaborations, viewing them as a perfect synergy of two powerhouse voices in gospel music. But insiders hinted that there were moments of misalignment behind the scenes. Subtle disagreements on production choices, creative direction, or even public statements. While these disagreements were never widely publicized, they set the stage for the dramatic moments CeCe revealed her thoughts. It's also important to note the broader context. Gospel music has been evolving rapidly, and both CeCe and Kirk have had to navigate their roles as pioneers and role models. CeCe's influence extends beyond music into mentorship and faith-based leadership, while Kirk has often pushed the boundaries of traditional gospel, blending it with contemporary sounds and bold messaging. These differences, combined with years of industry pressure, may have contributed to the tension that led to CeCe's speaking out at this pivotal moment. But here's where it gets really interesting. While many assumed their relationship was purely professional or cordial, CeCe's recent statements suggest that there were deeper personal frustrations. For years, fans speculated about behind-the-scenes dynamics, and now, for the first time, CeCe is addressing them directly. This isn't just a casual comment, it's a revelation that reframes how we view their entire history. In the next section, we'll dive into the exact moments CeCe called out Kirk Franklin, breaking down her words, the context, and the reactions that followed. Reactions that are shocking even to longtime gospel music insiders. The gospel world was stunned when CeCe Winans finally spoke out about Kirk Franklin. It wasn't during an interview, a casual social media post, or a throwaway comment. This was a deliberate and public declaration that left fans, fellow artists, and even the media scrambling to process her words. At 60, CeCe's voice carries authority, respect, and weight, and when she sources and fan reports, CeCe made the comments during a recent live event that was both emotional and revealing. While the full video has circulated online, the core of her message was clear. She felt overlooked, misunderstood, or even misrepresented in certain moments involving Kirk Franklin over the years. What made her statement particularly shocking was the clarity and directness with which she addressed the situation. She didn't speak in vague terms or indirect language. Instead, she pointedly referenced moments in their shared history, times when collaboration could have been smoother, communication more transparent, or recognition more equitable. The audience reportedly fell silent, realizing that what they were witnessing wasn't a typical entertainment anecdote, but a heartfelt confession from one of gospel's most respected figures. Fans immediately began dissecting her words. Some interpreted CeCe's statements as a call for accountability, highlighting the importance of transparency and respect even among longtime colleagues. Others saw it as an empowering moment where a legendary artist finally asserted her voice after decades of dedication. Social media erupted with hashtags celebrating CeCe's courage, while simultaneously speculating on how Kirk Franklin might respond. What added another layer of tension was the timing. CeCe's comments came at a moment when both artists were in the public eye for other projects, Kirk with his recent album releases and CeCe with anniversary tours and special appearances. This convergence of events amplified the impact of her statements. Industry insiders noted that the timing was intentional, suggesting that CeCe wanted to make sure her voice was heard when the spotlight was most focused. But here's the shocking part many don't realize. CeCe didn't just speak to fans, she spoke to the industry. Her words implicitly challenged how collaborations, recognition, and respect are handled in the gospel music scene. It's a moment that could potentially shift relationships, influence future collaborations, and even spark wider discussions about leadership and mentorship in the gospel community. In the next section, we'll explore the reactions from fans, fellow artists, and Kirk Franklin himself, and uncover how this revelation has sent shockwaves across social media and the gospel music industry. You won't believe some of the responses that have come from unexpected corners. As soon as CeCe Winans' comments about Kirk Franklin went public, the gospel world erupted in reaction. Social media platforms like Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok were flooded with fans analyzing every word, clip, and nuance of her statement. Hashtags like hashtag CeCe calls out Kirk, hashtag gospel drama, and hashtag CeCe Winans speak up began trending almost immediately, showing just how invested audiences were in this unfolding story. Fans expressed a wide range of emotions. Many praised CeCe for her courage, calling her honesty long overdue. Comments poured in noting that her decision to speak at 60, after decades of performing and mentoring, was a testament to her integrity and self-respect. Others expressed shock, disbelief, or even sadness. Having admired both CeCe and Kirk for years, some fans struggled to reconcile this revelation with the previously perceived harmony between the two gospel icons. Fellow gospel artists also weighed in. Some used the moment to highlight their own experiences with collaboration and recognition, emphasizing that even in the close-knit gospel community, tensions and misunderstandings are inevitable. Others supported CeCe outright, acknowledging the difficulty of speaking out publicly against a peer while maintaining respect and grace. The responses highlighted a shared acknowledgement that the gospel industry, like any creative field, is not immune to conflicts, misunderstandings, and personal grievances. Industry insiders added another layer to the discussion. Several noted that CeCe's comments could impact future collaborations, appearances, and even award show dynamics. Kirk Franklin, being one of the most influential figures in contemporary gospel, is known for his strong presence and loyal fanbase, and any tension between him and CeCe Winans naturally sparks conversation. Some speculated that this revelation could create a shift in how artists negotiate collaborations, public appearances, and credit acknowledgement in gospel music. Media outlets quickly picked up the story, analyzing not only what CeCe said, but the implications for both artists' legacies. Articles and videos dissected her statements, comparing past collaborations, awards shows, and performances to provide context. This comprehensive coverage further amplified the discussion, making it clear that this wasn't just gossip. It was a moment of accountability and reflection. More fascinating is the generational divide in reactions. Younger fans who follow gospel music online often focused on the drama, memes, and social media clips, while longtime fans and church communities reflected on the deeper meaning, the value of honesty, respect, and confronting long-standing issues directly. CeCe's comments sparked conversations not just about celebrity relationships, but about personal growth, mentorship, and the courage to speak truth even when it's uncomfortable. But here's the part that shocked many insiders. Whispers suggest that some industry leaders were caught off guard, unsure how to respond to a situation that exposed internal tensions publicly. This revelation, subtle as it may seem, could have ripple effects on future gospel collaborations, media coverage, and the perception of gospel legends' relationships. Fans and insiders alike are watching closely to see if Kirk Franklin will respond publicly, and if so, how the response will shape the narrative moving forward. In the next section, we'll analyze the broader implications of CeCe Winans' statements, how this moment reflects on leadership, influence, and respect in gospel music, and why it matters far beyond just one public confrontation. You won't want to miss the deeper lessons behind this revelation. CeCe Winans' decision to publicly call out Kirk Franklin is not just a personal revelation. It's a moment that resonates across the entire gospel music industry. To understand the significance, we need to look at the broader implications, both for artists and for the institutions they represent. First, this moment highlights the importance of accountability and respect in the industry. Gospel music, like any creative field, thrives on collaboration. Yet, collaboration doesn't automatically guarantee recognition, fairness, or even healthy communication. By speaking out, CeCe sets a precedent. Even gospel icons, who have shaped the genre for decades, must navigate interpersonal challenges and confront misalignments when they arise. It's a lesson for emerging artists, established performers, and even industry executives that silence is not always virtuous and truth-telling can lead to growth and clarity. Second, CeCe's comments shed light on leadership dynamics within gospel music. Kirk Franklin has long been recognized as a trailblazer, someone who pushes boundaries and commands attention. CeCe, however, demonstrates that influence does not excuse oversight, dismissiveness, or neglect in collaboration. Her willingness to voice her perspective challenges the idea that industry leaders are beyond reproach. It emphasizes that respect, transparency, and mutual acknowledgement are essential, regardless of fame or status. Another major implication is the impact on fan perception and engagement. Gospel fans are deeply invested in the personal and professional lives of their favorite artists. CeCe's revelation forces audiences to confront the reality that even beloved figures have complex relationships behind the scenes. It also sparks a larger conversation about how public figures manage conflict, communication, and personal boundaries. Lessons that extend beyond music and into ministry, mentorship, and community leadership. From an industry perspective, this moment could influence how collaborations, tours, and joint projects are approached in the future. Production teams, event organizers, and record labels may be prompted to prioritize clarity in roles, expectations, and recognition, ensuring that artists feel respected and valued. In a sense, CeCe's statement is a catalyst for systemic improvement within the gospel music ecosystem. The spiritual and moral lessons are equally significant. Gospel music is rooted in faith, integrity, and authenticity. By publicly addressing her frustrations, CeCe reinforces that honesty and courage are vital components of spiritual leadership. She models how to handle conflict gracefully, with dignity and conviction, demonstrating that confronting difficult truths can lead to reconciliation, growth, and a stronger sense of community. Finally, this situation underscores the generational shift in gospel music. Younger artists who grew up in the digital era are observing how legacy artists navigate public accountability, transparency, and influence. CeCe's actions serve as both a cautionary tale and an empowering example. Influence carries responsibility, and even the most revered figures are accountable for their behavior, choices, and treatment of peers. But here's the suspenseful part that keeps everyone talking. Insiders suggest that there are additional layers to this story. Private discussions, unspoken grievances, and behind-the-scenes dynamics that haven't yet been revealed publicly. The ripple effects of CeCe's statement could continue for months, reshaping relationships, collaborations, and public perceptions in ways we are only beginning to see.